in general, it's just going to be the larger purchase price amounts. What I would consider a small self-storage facility is $1 million. So that means that you have to raise anywhere between 150 to 250,000 as a down payment. But that's not necessarily the rule. I've wholesaled much smaller deals. I sold a deal last year. It was a $100,000 self-storage facility, right? I wholesaled it for 25 grand. So there are smaller deals. That's the price of getting into a rental property. I think it just comes down to there's not a lot of readily available information about it. And even when I was first starting out, everybody thinks that to get to commercial, you have to really grind in the residential first, and you have to buy a bunch of single families, and then you go to some small 1 to 4 unit multifamilies, and then after 20 years, you trade all that up into commercial. You don't need to do that. What I found is that every time you add a zero onto the deal, it makes it easier to close. It makes it easier to fund. Raising 50 grand is like pulling teeth. It's so difficult. Whereas raising 500,000 is so much easier. Raising 5 million is even easier than that. I mean, it's crazy how it works, but that's usually how it is. When people want to cut checks to be equity investors, especially the guys out there that are doing this as a real business, they want to cut big checks. And I can't tell you how many times I've had limited partners say, I don't get out of bed unless I'm cutting a $20 million check. And it's like, I can't get you a deal that you would cut a $20 million check on unless you're willing to do something that's programmatic and buy 5 to 10 deals with me at a time.
I'm ready to spend $20 million.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go.